This tutorial looks at the front roll hand drag. If you haven't done any slide tricks before, check out the links in the description. The front roll hand drag uses the same kite control as other slide tricks. The first stage is guiding the kite slowly over 12. This slow, high movement provides enough lift for you to hover. If you steer this too slowly, you might sink instead of hovering. If you steer this too quickly, you might jump instead of hovering and will certainly shorten your slide. Well before the kite reaches 12, it can already support your weight. This is when you initiate the front roll. As you rotate, bring in the bar just enough so that the kite holds your weight. Keep the kite moving back very slowly. This requires almost no steering input. Once the kite passes too far beyond 12, you will start to lose speed. Just before you lose your speed, move to the second stage, which is looping the kite to regain speed. The backhand switches to maximum steering. You can also return the front hand to the bar to help steer the kite more firmly. Steering firmly will create a smaller loop that doesn't pull for long. Let's look at that riding the other way. You'll see that the kite control is primarily done with the backhand, which is why your front hand is free to drag in the water. At the end of this trick, you can easily choose which way to ride. At the end of the loop, the kite should be aiming roughly upwards. You can simply steer the loop a little longer, then the kite will end up pulling you into a transition. Or you can let the kite climb a little, then steer it towards the original riding direction like this. Let's look more closely now. Place your backhand near the center of the bar. Send the kite back slowly, much more slowly than for a jump. Once the kite is climbing, release the front hand and lower it towards the water. Before the kite reaches 12, you can initiate the front roll, lift your front knee, and push down on the back leg. Water pressure on the tail of the board will force you into a front roll rotation. As you lift your front leg, also tilt your upper body into the rotation. Drop your head, shoulders, and front arm forwards, as if falling over the front of the board. This helps the rotation and lowers your front arm and upper body towards the water. As you rotate, let your front hand skim on the surface. Gradually bring in the bar so that you can stay hovering. Be careful not to steer the kite much. As you complete the rotation, the kite should be well past 12 and you should run out of speed. To begin the kite loop, pull fully with the backhand. Also replace the front hand and push out with it to get the loop completed sooner. Keep steering until the kite aims upwards. Ride downwind while the loop pulls hard. In this case, it's light wind, only around 16 knots, and firm steering created a tiny loop of the kite. So the rider didn't need to head downwind much. In stronger wind, you'd need to ride downwind much further to mitigate the power of the kite loop. Let's look at that riding the other way. And once again in slow motion. Here are a few extra tips to help you get started. You should first master easier sliding tricks like the backroll hand drag or Darkslide. If you're a member of Kitesurf College, then you can also watch the slide trick training video. Next, you can easily practice this without the loop. Let the kite drift slowly over 12 and work on your front roll hand drags. At the end, let yourself lose speed and sink. For your first attempts, especially if you're going to loop the kite, begin in light wind just like these examples. 15 to 20 knots is plenty of wind for this trick, and that will make the loop less violent. You then gradually build to stronger wind. Thanks for watching and good luck learning front roll hand drags.